Welcome back to the Trevor Teichman Show. Today I want to talk to you about a question that I got asked. It is, how do you make Kbands fit a young athlete? I get asked this pretty often. And the nice thing about Kbands is they come with two neoprene leg straps that are designed to be able to be trimmed. You can take out a pair of scissors, put them deep in the scissors, and just give them a nice little trim, and you'll take off the edge. But be sure that you don't do too much at a time. You want to make sure that you have enough overlap to make sure that the Velcro is still landing on top of the strap to give adequate padding. But they are designed to be able to do this, so don't be shy. If you've got a skinny athlete with little legs that needs to develop their hips, needs to build hip flexor strength, Kbands are a great option for you, and do not think that skinny legs are going to be an issue. There's a lot of times at which you get into universal equipment where you find that really skinny people have some problems fitting properly in these devices. But Kbands are a little bit different. We've thought that through. They are designed to where you can literally trim them to fit even the smallest leg. So if I'm doing a training camp with groups 10 and under, I trim up all my leg straps to be set for that group. I don't universally use them for 18-year-olds and the younger kids. We've got different length resistance bands as well. So when you're using these on youth athletes, remember, you don't want to get the intermediate or advanced if they're 8 or 9 or 10 years old. The bands are literally shorter so that you're getting the resistance at an earlier time frame. You don't want that longer resistance band because you'll have way more slack. Now, don't get me wrong. If you've got a really short, really skinny athlete, you'll see a little bit of sag when they're standing because their hip lines are so narrow. But when they move out in the athletic stance and they're down ready to do some kind of a speed drill, whether it be a 5-10-5, running some 40-yard dashes, those bands are going to stretch out and work just perfectly. But if you don't trim a little bit of that leg strap off, you're going to find there might be some movement in the straps. So to this person that answered this question or asked this question just the other day, that would be my answer. Be sure that you trim up your straps, and you're going to like the way that they move. I've put together tons of speed and agility drills for youth kids as well as moving up into their high school or even college years that are going to be adequate for that age group. So be sure that you take a look at those. You can always use kbandstraining.com. I've got that blog there that segments it by sports. So if you click train by sport, you can select the sport that you want to work with, and there's going to be a lot of drills that you can utilize. If you're really young, oftentimes the easiest recommendation that I always have, if you have a very young athlete and you want to use a high school or college-based drill, that's still fine. Maybe you've got above average athlete that can stick to the reps and sets and really gets the training process, and you want to introduce them to more advanced level exercises. The only thing I ever recommend is cut the sets in half. You want to move from exercise to exercise within about 3 to 5 minutes to keep the kids really engaged in the movements. The more that you sit in an exercise, if you get around that 8 to 10 minute mark, by 30 minutes, most kids get a little bit sidetracked and semi-burnt out. So keep your sets, or the exercise, I should say, just specific to about 3 to 5 minutes before you change the exercise into the next one. So if you're using, say, our Speed 101, the athlete we used there was right at the beginning of college, okay? So that athlete was doing 4 to 6 sets. That's what I recommend for a lot of the exercises in there. But if you're utilizing this specific program for, say, a 9-year-old, I would highly recommend move the sets of the exercises down to 2 to 3 sets so that you can move to the next exercise a little quicker, and you'll find yourself being done more around 30 minutes instead of 45 minutes. That's going to be great for this age group. We don't need to really wear them out. We're more introducing them to movements, letting them practice, get that mind-body connection while we build their hips through the resisted sets. As always, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support. Leave some comments with any questions that you have, and I'll be sure to answer them. I've been doing this for a lot of years. I hope to help young athletes get better, and old guys like me, the dads that are retired from the sports, stay in shape and still get some results in the fitness world. But yeah, leave me a comment. I'll be sure to write back to you guys. Have a great day.